The Wood Stove Sessions are brought to you by Kinden's Bakery, located at 151 Main Street, Lewisport, Newfoundland. By Music NL, motivated by a vision of music cultivated at home and celebrated everywhere. Le Gabotour, Newfoundland and Labrador's French language newspaper. And the Citadel House, where music comes to be heard.
Doing French music as an Anglophone is a pretty wild thing to be at, but it's been like such an amazing reception that I've had in Francophone communities. So I put out this record, like I said, last year, which won me Jazz Artist of the Year for Newfoundland, which is super cool. Super proud of that. There are some copies out there for sale. I'm horrible at mentioning my merch, so I'm like, gotta do this. So there's that one out there. There's some of my English albums out there too. There's stickers and T-shirts as well. So please check it out before you leave. But I'm gonna play a song from Pêcheur de Rêves. It's kind of my lead single from the album. And like I said, I've had like a lot of support in the French community. People helped me out, and I had somebody pitching this song to the radio, and it got picked up by Sirius XM, which is super cool. So it's like being played all over North America in probably mostly trucks. Like, let's be real. So, and that makes me very happy. So it is a French song. It's called Nulle part, which means nowhere, and I have a cabin up the shore, i.e. south of St. John's, in a place called Brigus South. And I went there to write a song, and I picked up the guitar, and I was just feeling really frustrated with my life. So I was like, man, I just gotta get this feeling out somehow. And I started writing, and I wrote the words, Je suis un cul-de-sac qui gaspille tout son temps, which means, I am a cul-de-sac wasting all of my time. And it felt so good to write that, just get that feeling of frustration out. And I just kind of continued with that feeling throughout the song of just feeling like frustrated, kind of stuck in a dead end in life. And you're looking around, comparing yourself with other people who everyone's doing great. Like, look at Instagram, you know? Like, everyone's doing amazingly. So it's just that a thing about like comparing yourself with other people and then just stopping and being like, wait a sec, like I gotta do my own thing, follow my own path. But it's important to get those sort of feelings of frustration out sometimes. And then you can move on. But it is in French, but it's got a part that you can sing along with even if you don't speak French, because it just goes like this. You guys want to try it? Is everybody in Lewisport in choir or something? Like, honestly, this is amazing. All right, so cool. All right, let's do this. 2, 3, 4. Je suis un cul-de-sac qui gaspille tout son temps. Pris dans un carrousel, la vie me fait tourner en rond. Je n'attrape jamais toutes les choses que je veux aimer. Je prends tout ce que je peux prendre, mais ce n'est jamais assez. Je cherche partout dans les rues et les bars, et je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. Peut-être le bonheur m'arrivera par hasard, mais je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part, nulle part. Je suis trop impatient pour attendre mon tour. Mais je me sens délaissé, après les autres je cours. Mes amis m'énervent, coincés dans leur misère. Mais leur silence me dit qu'il ne faut jamais se taire. Je cherche partout dans les rues et les bars, mais je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. Peut-être le bonheur m'arrivera par hasard, mais je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. Je joue de la guitare pour devenir une star. Je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. J'essaie de savoir tout ce qu'il y a à savoir, mais c'est drôle de savoir que je suis nulle part, nulle part. J'ai perdu mon GPS à l'aide. Mon Google Maps est en détresse à l'aide. Il n'y a pas de carte là où je vais. J'arriverai anyway. Je suis un cul-de-sac qui gaspille tout son temps, pris dans un carrousel, la vie me fait tourner en rond. Tout le monde avance, mais moi je reste sur place. Éparpillé en morceaux, il faut que je me refasse. Je cherche partout dans les rues et les bars, mais je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. Peut-être le bonheur m'arrivera par hasard, mais je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. Je veux faire un road trip, mais je n'ai pas de char. Je sais que right now je ne vais nulle part. Je veux pogner le train, mais je suis pogné dans la gare. Mais je sais qu'un jour je serai quelque part, quelque part. Here we go. Job singing, guys. Thank you so much. You probably picked up a couple of English words in that song, hey? So it's kind of sung in Chiac, if anyone has ever heard of what Chiac is. So it's the French that they speak in New Brunswick, where you can basically just use as many English words as you want. So I love going to Moncton. Moncton is where the real center of Chiac. So I'm just like, je vais driver le car dans le road. Like, oh yeah, good stuff.
We are here today with Adrian House in the hot seat. Not quite as hot as it could be, although it's a warm day, but come back in February, it'll be a hotter seat.
Love to.
So this is great for me. I'm looking forward to this. I'm not sure if I've if we've had a chance to talk at all before.
I don't think
this.
so, no. I think this is our first official chat, for sure.
I think I saw you, that was the first time I remember watching your show was within it's post-COVID, so it's within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Were you at ECMA or was it Music NL?
I was at ECMA in Halifax in 2023, I'm going to say.
Right, I think that's probably where it was.
Okay, yeah.
So just for everything, can you give us a little bit of history, how we got to here, what your music career looks like, and where you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. Well, to start with, I'll just say that I'm doing music mostly in French now.
Yeah.
But that was not at all how I started out. I started out mainly with my rock band, which was called The Connections, back in 2013. So it was kind of like a 60s style garage rock thing.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I started to work on some solo material, around 2014, 2015 is when I sort of amped up with that, and then I put out a solo record in 2016 called Love a Man. And I did a little tour with that to Quebec and Ontario. 2019 I put out Lookin' Up, which was just before the pandemic, and I put it out in the summer of 2019, and I hadn't had a chance to go on tour before the pandemic hit. Wow. My plan was to go on tour by bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was my idea. so then the pandemic happened, but we still had the Atlantic bubble. So I was like, man, I'm going to do it anyways.
Cool.
So I did end up touring around the Maritimes by bicycle in 2020. So that was an amazing experience. It was very hard to book shows, but I still did pretty good. I think I had like 11 in total. So it was all right.
So how far apart can you book, like physically,
Yes.
the distance? Or do you try and do like 3 days of travel, do a show?
So it's interesting booking a tour like that because it is very like distance dependent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd never even done like a big solo bike trip like that before. Like I have been a cycling guide for I did that for about 7 years, but it was all kind of day trips.
Yeah.
So it was never like fully loaded, self-supported kind of cycling.
Yeah.
So I kind of researched a bit, and most people told me that you want to do like maybe around 70 kilometers is like a good average to
That's
do.
something you can do consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would try to plan it out to have like not more than 100 kilometers between shows usually.
Yeah.
Unless I had like an extra couple of days to do the distance.
Yeah.
And then if I did, then I'd try to do like one big day. I could do like 100K, and then the next day I'd just do 50 to allow me some time to relax and stuff where I was ending up. So
That's pretty vicious, though, I gotta say.
It was
What'd you
really
do with
cool.
the gear? How much did you haul around?
I had my acoustic guitar strapped to my bike. So yeah, and then I had a tent and.
Did you have a
clothes
trailer, or
and
was
stuff.
it all in
No.
saddlebags?
Yeah, it was on like I ordered a special pannier that accommodated a guitar. So
Wow.
yeah, so that was wild.
So you doing Europe that way, or what?
Maybe.
Actually, you know what? I say it jokingly, but Europe might be easier because the distances are not
probably would.
quite as far.
Yeah.
And there's great biking trails there too. So,
There is. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of cycling in Europe, in Northern Europe especially. So yeah, there's a much better infrastructure there for biking. But yeah, no, it was cool because it took me to like more out of the way places I wouldn't have gone to otherwise.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
So you started with like a 60s rock band, 60s era
Yeah.
stuff. What got you into music in the beginning? Like somebody in the family play, or?
I mean, we weren't like a super musical family, but you know, like a lot of people, I guess I did piano lessons when I was a kid. Sang in choir for a while, and then I kind of started to lose interest a little bit, like when I was an adolescent, and I was like, music is stupid, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Until I started playing guitar. My brother, it was sort of thanks to my brother a little bit, because he took up the guitar, and then I sort of started playing his guitar. I was like, oh, this is cool, actually. I like this.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Halifax for 1 year in grade 11. My mother was doing law school there. And so then I had a really great music teacher at the high school in Halifax.
Oh, okay.
So he kind of really inspired me to get back into it and stuff. To get back into singing specifically. Yeah.
So, okay, so I took my grade 11 music in Fredericton.
Okay.
And that was really kind of a breakover point for me musically as well, because he had, every day there was a different, sort of a different discipline: music history, music appreciation,
Oh, cool.
music theory, and then music applied, right? So you worked on an instrument, and then you worked with a band or something like that. Like it was, but in one of the things was being able to sort of look at the same piece of music from all of those different perspectives.
Right.
It was really interesting to get that kind of context in music.
Yeah.
So what was it about your music teacher in grade 11 that kind of inspired you?
Yeah, it wasn't so much all the different contexts and stuff. It was more, so I didn't actually take a music class with him, but he was the music director of the school musical.
Right.
And so that was something that my mother had encouraged me to get into, because I didn't know anybody at all in the school.
Yeah.
So mom was like, you should go to the musical. I was like, I don't know. And then eventually I went to sign up just to do the technical, for the technical team. And then Alec Tilley was his name. He was like, well, we're missing people from the chorus, so I'm just going to sign you up for that. And I was like, huh?
Oh, wow.
And so then I ended up getting into it through that. And yeah, then I ended up joining the choir, and I was in 2 choirs eventually. So yeah, he's just a very inspiring person. And the amazing thing is that I've spoken to several other people just in the past couple of years who've also been inspired by this very same person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so one of them is Gina, I'm trying to remember her last name, the violinist in St. John's.
From Port-au-Prince?
No. Anyhow, Burgess.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
So she had the same music teacher. She was super inspired by him, and she's gone on to a career in music as well. And yeah, so he's definitely somebody who's inspired multiple people, which is, it's so amazing when you get that person, hey, that's just like, that's got that passion and can really transmit it.
Have you had a chance to
I felt really lucky.
Have you had a chance to reconnect with him? Or?
I haven't, no, I have no idea like if he's even still alive or anything.
Yeah,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So your last release was the 2019 release?
So my last one was last year. It was Pêcheur de Rêves. So yeah, basically after that tour, my career kind of took a turn because I had been doing some stuff in French, like at the Folk Fest every year, and had been doing a little bit more in the French community. And I had a couple of songs in French on my 2016 and 2019 records. But then in the pandemic, I did these songwriting workshops in French online with that the Réseau Culturel of the Francophone Federation organized. And then I got super inspired by that because I had actually never done a songwriting workshop of any kind before. Yeah. So that was a new thing for me, just taking, you know, instruction on how to write songs and like little tricks to give you inspiration and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so the guy who was teaching it, his name's Fred Baron, and he had like written songs for Celine Dion and stuff. So he was like, you know, very experienced songwriter. Yeah. So he liked what I was writing. He was like, you should submit your songs to this thing called the Festival International de la Chanson de Granby, which I didn't really know what it was, but then I did submit it, and they were like, we want you to come and audition. So I had to fly to Montreal in the pandemic and audition for this thing. Wow. And then I got it. So so I ended up going to Quebec the next summer, and I was like totally like a fish out of water because I didn't really know, but it's like really the biggest like song festival in French North America. Wow. So, and I had made it like to the last 18 people. So I was like, okay, here I am, you know, and I was pretty intimidated at first. But I had just such an amazing experience there, and like they put me on stage with all these like really top musicians from the Quebec music scene. So I was just really like immersed into this, like the central thing for Francophone music right away. And so that was super inspiring, and I was like, wow, you know, like maybe I can focus on this. And so I kind of took that turn, and that's what I've been doing since. So are you able to find, are you able to tour in Quebec right now then? I haven't done a tour in Quebec yet. I just did a tour of Nova Scotia in June, focusing on Francophone areas in Nova Scotia. And I do have a Francophone tour of New Brunswick coming up in November.
So going up like towards Bathurst and over the top, or?
So it's the thing, there's these different networks of presenters in Francophone Canada. So there's one called Radar. Rad Arts is kind of the way it would be spelt. So that's the one for Eastern Canada, for Atlantic Canada. So they have something every year called Les Francofêtes en Acadie, which is like their big kind of, it's kind of like a French version of the ECMAs, basically.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yep. So I went to that last fall, and then based on the showcase I did there, Radar booked this tour for me. Cool. With this other artist named Maude Saunier, who I also did something called La Gala de la chanson de Caraquet with in 2022. So me and her are going to do this like double tour in November. I think there's a total of 5 dates. So yeah, so it's going to be exciting.
Everything I've heard and seen, and this is evidence of it too, is that the Francophone community is very connected.
Oh my God.
Well connected.
Yeah.
And you know, supportive, and just really, they seem to get it, right? Everybody seems to get it and celebrate it, right?
It's amazing. Like I was actually really blown away. Like even when I went to to the Granby thing the first time, I was like, wow, like there's so much cool stuff that you
Yeah.
get. Like as a Francophone artist, like all these workshops and like songwriting and stage presence.
Yeah.
In, you know, just how to, you know, business type stuff, and like all the networking, and it is very supportive, and you know, there's just tons of opportunities. So I was like, man, I'm gonna keep in this community, you know, and you know, again, I was like just really humbled as well by how welcoming people were to me, like an Anglophone singing in French, because I was like, are they gonna think I'm an imposter and kind of reject me? But they were like, we love this.
Yeah.
You know?
So where is the Francophone background for you?
Nowhere.
Oh,
I just I did French immersion in school, so that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have any French roots at all.
Okay.
So, no.
That's interesting.
So I'm what's called, they call it a francophile, a francophile.
Yeah.
And for francophones, that's not like a pejorative term. So if you're a francophile, it's like, oh, he's a francophile. It's like a nice thing. Like francophones love it when you take an interest in their culture and you know. Try their language and sing in their language. Like that's been my overall experience. Like without exception, is like everyone's like overjoyed, and
because
they're not used to it that much, right? You know.
Yeah, but it seems to be it's very vibrant. They're very there's a great network through Switzerland and into France that nobody else seems to be able to connect to unless you're in the Francophone community, legitimately in it. But it's for groups like Les Hostesses, and there's a lot of groups that can do very well that way.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah,
for sure. And it's like all these networking events are part of, you know, how those people get booked and stuff for those. So I'm going to the Western Canada one in September, which is in the Yukon, which I'm pretty excited about. So
without having a lot of knowledge about this, it would seem to me that the Francophone community would be centered around Manitoba, like Winnipeg area. Is that correct?
So there's francophones in every single area of Canada for sure, but traditionally, it would be like Saskatchewan, Manitoba. There's a lot of francophones there traditionally. Yeah, there's some real strong francophone communities there. Like
BC and interior, is that?
There are francophones in BC, but they're mainly like people who have moved there from other francophone areas of Canada.
All right.
Yeah. So there's not like a history of the Métis in BC or anything.
No.
Really.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas there is in
Manitoba.
Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah. So
cool. So with that in mind, are you doing a lot of co-writing then now?
No, not much at all, actually. That's not something I've ever gotten into too much. I did one workshop, I guess, I can't remember if that was last year with Music NL up in Winterton, which was kind of cool. But haven't done much co-writing. I've done a lot of like songwriting workshops with other people where we're kind of looking at each other's stuff. And I've actually taught quite a few songwriting workshops now myself, which is cool, in the Francophone community.
Okay.
Especially to schools and stuff. I did a tour of Labrador schools last year and did workshops and concerts in Goose Bay and Lab City. So,
cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
In the future, like the immediate future, you're talking about touring now, a new album coming out at some point? Or planning for it?
So I released Pêcheur de Rêves, Fisher of Dreams in English, in 2024. So that's just 1 year old. So it still feels very new to me. And I worked so hard on it for like several years. So I still feel like that's really fresh for me right now. I'm still working on those songs. I'm hoping to get a video out for one of the singles in the next couple of months. I got a song on Sirius XM the past couple of months from the album, which is super cool. And other than that, I do have a couple of new songs. So I'm thinking like maybe an EP in 2026.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 songs or something like that. So,
cool.
But
And a video for the new one, or for like to support a singles?
Yeah. I've got one single out called Nulle part, which means nowhere, and it's a really kind of rockin' song. Probably play that later.
Okay.
And so that's the main single. That's the one that's on Sirius XM. And then I do have another single that I want to put out from the record too, called Existence. Okay. So again, it's like a pretty upbeat song.
Cool.
So, yeah, I think it'll be a good positive vibe.
So just revisiting what we've been talking about with the Francophone community, I heard, and this was a while ago, this is probably pre-COVID, that the guys who toured like from Lacadie over to Europe, they took a lot of merch CDs with them because it's still, CD sales are still a very viable thing.
Okay.
Like several thousand.
Wow.
Right? It would sell on a tour.
Crazy.
Has that been your experience yet here? Like it's,
definitely not several thousand.
No, like it was like 3,000 in a tour, right?
Wow.
And it was like, wow.
No, definitely not. But I mean, people still do buy CDs. I've got T-shirts now for the first time ever, which is really fun too.
Yeah.
So those are a pretty big hit. And I got vinyl records.
Yeah.
So which is something I've always wanted to do. So
Cool.
that's really nice. But yeah, I would say merch sales are kind of, you know, it sort of depends on the show. You never really know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Tell me what you're doing tomorrow. I think people who are listening would be interested.
Yeah. So I've never been to Fogo Island. So I'm going to drive up there and take my bike on the ferry and bike around Fogo.
Yeah. You can do the whole island, you figure?
I think so.
In a day,
yeah.
right?
It looked like it was only like 30K to Tilting or something.
Yeah, it's not big.
Yeah, so I'll probably just explore it for a day or so.
Never been. Oh, you said you'd never been to Fogo.
No, so
Yeah.
I won't be staying at the Fogo Island Inn.
I was
unless
just
win the
gonna
lottery.
say stop in for a lunch. Yeah.
I might try to eat breakfast there or something. I don't know. That's probably the cheapest meal.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Well, this is great. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I'm looking forward to the show.
Me too. Thanks so much for having me. This is great.
Yes.